Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 1877A, and today's date is May 26, 2019, and the title of the episode is, Boom, Another Central Bank Jab. Nothing can stop this. Now, this is the time of year that most of us have a big old clear out. We get rid of all the stuff that's collected through the winter, and lots of us have a few jobs in our lifetime. Some, I'm sure, we'd rather forget. Yet, because of these jobs, in your clear out, hidden away in the back of a cupboard or a file cabinet, there might be a gold mine. Many of those jobs came with benefit packages that probably included a 401k. Now, lots of you probably haven't given a moment's thought to those old papers they gave you when you left, but there's probably more in them right now than your checking account. And you can use that money so you don't have to miss out in your senior years. Imagine not having to worry about the bills anymore. Noble Gold can show you how to blow the financial dust off those files, revitalize the dead money, and catapult your retirement savings into orbit. Just for May, to celebrate Memorial Day, they are offering a solid silver Trump 2020 coin and a 10-ounce silver bar for anyone rolling over an IRA or cash deal over $20,000. Sound good? Talk to the team over at Noble Gold today and call 877-646-5347 and make sure to mention X22 Report to get the patriotic silver combo of 11 ounce of free silver. Protect your retirement by investing in a gold IRA. And click the link below in the description area. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, it looks like we are seeing major changes around the world. And we've been talking about how the people, they started to realize, they started to recognize that the direction we were all headed in is not a good direction. That globalism, having the central bank in control, having the elite telling us what we should believe and what we should do, and not really telling us the truth about what their actual plans were. Well, the people, they're starting to wake up. And this is spreading around the world. I mean, look at France, for instance. Le Pen, she is basically beating out Macron. Macron, his ratings are down the tubes. People realize and understand that these are not leaders of the people. They are the leaders for the central bank, the leaders for the elite, for the establishment, and everything is changing. And this is why Trump is working so hard right now to create these new trade deals, to create everything, because they know that once we move out of this central bank system, it's going to be very bumpy and everything needs to be in place. Remember, they've been removing everything for a very long time. Trump right now is out in Japan and he is meeting with Shinzo Abe, and he is wasting no time lashing out at what he sees as an imbalance between the pair. We have a problem with trade. We have a problem with trade everywhere. This is the way the elite, the central banks wanted it. They wanted the other countries to benefit and the United States not to, because eventually what they were going to do is they were going to shift everything away from the United States. And it's pretty evident. Companies, manufacturing, everything was being moved away. And this was being done on purpose. And this is why they made terrible trade deals. This way, they can bring down the U.S. down to the level of a third world nation. And Trump now is dealing with Abe out in Japan and saying that we need to have fair trade. And he said Japan has had a substantial edge for many years. But that's okay. Maybe that's why you like us so much. Mr. Trump told some of the Japanese leaders, including Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, that we need to start changing things and we need to make it a little bit more fair. And he continued, with this deal, we hope to address the trade imbalance, remove the barriers to the United States exports, and ensure fairness and reciprocity in our relationship. We're getting close. He continued, we hope to have several further announcements soon and some very big ones over the next few months. And we see that things absolutely need to change. And this is why Trump is making all these bilateral trade agreements around the world, not following the globalist agenda. We see the European Central Bank. Well, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. President Mario Draghi, he is set to step down from his role later this year. And EU officials, economists, and observers are debating who would be his likely successor, and how this power transition will affect the course of monetary policy in the Eurozone. Now, we have another individual stepping down from the central bank system. We need a patriot in there that believes in sound money. Just like Trump is trying to put people into the Fed, we need people in the ECB, the EU, and they need to push sound money. If we can get a coordinated effort where there are patriots in all these positions, change can completely happen. And when I say change, I'm talking about bringing down the central bank system. And they're looking at many different individuals, nothing set as of yet, but you can see that it is happening around the world. Now, like we said in other reports, Trump is going to continue to jab at the Fed, and this is going to accelerate. Well, it looks like he is right on track. It looks like he is doing exactly what we thought he was going to do. He's in Japan, and he decided to take a swipe at the Fed. And he said that the stock market would be as much as 10,000 points higher had the board kept interest rates steady, saying U.S. growth could have also exceeded 3%. Now, Trump is doing this on purpose, like we've said many, many times before. This mission to get rid of the central bank, this is going to be one of the hardest things the patriots are going to come up against. Much harder than arresting those people for treason. Because the central bank, remember, they're not part of the U.S. system. They're not part of any country. They're separate and apart. And they do believe that they are above the laws, that the laws cannot affect them. And remember, they do have control over each and every country because a lot of countries are in debt. This is their weapon. It's not nuclear weapons. It's not, bombs. What they use is debt. Debt is their weapon, and this is how they can control governments. This is how they can control people. And this is a much more powerful weapon than a nuclear weapon. A nuclear weapon just wipes everything out. This weapon controls the people and the governments that exist today. And Trump is going to need a coordinated effort to remove the central bank. Think about what's happening around the world right now. The elite leaders in all these countries, one by one, they are losing. This is the first step. Actually, it's many steps beyond the first step, but this is one of the major first steps that needs to happen. The other one was Trump being elected and removing a lot of the globalist trade deals, or reworking a lot of the globalist trade deals, and getting all these countries on board. If you really watch what he's doing and you watch what the world is doing right now, the world is going up against the elite, the central bank, and it's happening all at once in real time. And we're going to see many, many other countries step up to the plate. I mean, think about, just go back a year or two. Look how much has changed. Look where we are today. Yes, I know people wanted things to happen, yesterday, but this is part of a major plan. And the plan had to be executed just right, because we only have one chance at this. And it looks like it is working. I mean, look at Angela Merkel in Germany. She's sweating it out. She's saying now the U.S. is part of China and Russia. We're going to lump them all together because they're not with us anymore. And guess what? Italy is not with them. Australia is not with them. The UK is not with them. Hungary is not with them, and many other countries. And a lot of countries are going to start pulling away. Once the Brexit happens in the UK, you're going to see many, many countries start to pull away. And this is what the central bank has been trying to stop, because they know that once this happens, it's game over for them. And they're already seeing it. It is game over. So we are headed in the right direction. There are moves and counter moves, and the people are taking control. We are headed towards a new economic structure. This structure is not going to be based around a central bank. This structure is going to be based around what the people want. And they want a sound money system. The everyday person, what do they really want? They want to earn a living, provide for their family, and they rather not see everything that they've earned completely be wiped out because of the dollar losing its value every single day. Why do you think Congress put the mandate on the Fed where there should be no inflation, which means the value of the dollar doesn't lose its value, and we should have full employment? There's a reason for that, because this is what the everyday person on the street wants. They want to have a job, and everything that they earn, they don't want it to disappear. They don't want these cycles, these booms and busts. They don't want all of a sudden everything come crashing down and everything that they've been saving in their retirement completely disappear. Without the central bank, and without the central bank meddling in the people's system once they're out, because that's what they do to try to get back in, if we can keep them out, we will have a stable system. We've had it many, many years before. The founding fathers knew this. And it's time, and now is the time, it's absolutely right to take it back from the central bank system, from the elite, from the establishment. And that is what we are watching. Nothing can stop what's about to happen. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.